former CIA Director John Brennan. I don't know if anyone watched this clip, but during an appearance on MSNBC, former CIA Director John Brennan responded to former Democratic Missouri Senator Claire McCaskill, calling out CPAC's mostly white male audience who were obsessing over cancel culture. Now, former Director John Brennan said that he is, quote, increasingly embarrassed to be a white male in response. Let's take a look at that clip and see what this man is talking about.
That's why we started with Katie Benner's great new reporting about the investigation into police officer. It renders, at best hypocritical, at worst cynical and false, any notion that the Republicans care about the lives and the safety of law enforcement.
Well, I must say, to Claire's point, I'm increasingly embarrassed to be a white male these days. Light of what I see of my other white males saying. But it just shows that with very few exceptions, like Mitt Romney, Liz Cheney, Adam Kinzinger, there are so few Republicans in Congress who value truth, honesty, and integrity. And so they'll continue to gaslight the country the way that Donald Trump did. And the fact that this has such security and safety implications for the American public and for the members of Congress, again, as Claire said, it is just a disgusting display of craven politics that really should have no place in the United States in 2021.
Katie,
now, y'all know we gonna play that clip over. And no matter of fact, Dwayne, just go ahead and reduce it to the one part where he says, "I'm embarrassed to be a white male." Go ahead, Rebecca. You about to say something.
No, that was it. It was his sincerity when he said it, because I felt that. He just looked, it was like, it's pitiful to be us. Like, we just can't never get it right. Look at us.
No, they
look
can't.
at us. We're an embarrassment.
Yes, those white men are. But listen, I want to contextualize it a little bit. I'm not a fan, and no one should be a fan of the CIA, former director or not, because shout out to them for all the destruction and chaos they've caused globally, as well as in the Black community specifically. And so if he has any guilt over anything, it shouldn't just be about being a white male, but it's also a white male who has helped propagate some of the worst coups in global history and destabilizing democracies. So I have to put that in context. Now, bringing it back to just the foolishness of, everything that he said was true, right? But I'm not moved anymore by white guilt. It's just like, okay, cool. Now, what are you going to do actually about it? Right. It's one thing to get on TV and say, but what you going to do if the CIA would do to white supremacy in this country what it did to Black revolutionaries, then we wouldn't have this problem, Brennan. So that's just, but for the sake of some joy, could you just play again where he says it's glorious? Just one more time for the records. I'm sorry, guys.
Embarrassed to be a white male these days.
There it is.
Light of what I see, embarrassed to be a white male these days.
It's her laughing for me.
Well, I must say, to Claire's point, I'm increasingly embarrassed to be a white male these days.
It's her.
And he paused it right on her laugh.
Well, I must say,
I'm talking about she bust out laughing too.
It made her laugh. It made her laugh like it made us laugh. So she understands. She understood. Ben, you said something important. The simple fact that your white guilt is funny. It's
cool.
It's cute.
It's enjoyable. It's cute.
But what else, sweetie? Now, what are you going to do? Are you going to go get your other people and get, make it right? What y'all doing? See, this is my thing. Y'all stay shouting. And some of y'all that watch this too, we getting on social media and
you talk about our audience. We need this audience.
I'm just saying, y'all got to make sure that it's a difference. There's a difference instead of just saying, white people suck and you're white. It's not the same. Like, I need you to get your people, because at the end of the day, that's still your race. And
that's your cousins.
People, and get your people and just rally them up and teach them and show them. Yeah. That's what the point of you watching the show is, to go and teach and show those other people a better way. Send the message or whatever. Yeah. Not, wow, watching this show made me feel less of a racist. And that's not what the point of this show is. That's not what the point of that's not what the point of some of these things. And I feel like that's why y'all can't just say things and do nothing.
Black lives matter.
Yeah. The weight is on your shoulders, because it's been on ours forever. And it just, white guilt don't mean nothing to me.
It don't. Don't get me. Go ahead, Jay. I'm sorry, I'm going to jump in there. Go ahead. What you got?
Oh no, I'm about to say it don't mean a damn thing. It's show and prove. Now you got to do something.
Show and prove, man. Don't talk about it
What you gonna do about it? Right.
Hey man, talk to your colleagues at the CIA and let them flood the white supremacist community with crack like y'all did the black community, right? If you really feel bad about being a white male because of how this Make America Great Again is sabotaging the United States of America, go and infiltrate all of their camps like you infiltrated all of the black revolutionary camps. I'm not going to tell you to take them out like that because like you did all of our black revolutionaries, but I mean, come on. If you really want that, like what good is white guilt if it's not actually doing something? I don't need you guys to fly Black Lives Matter flags and then gentrify our neighborhoods. We need you, if you're going to represent all the way. Go ahead and take down white supremacy, because not only is it a threat to black lives and brown lives all across the globe, it's a threat to this democracy. So shout out to Brennan for at least having the first step.
Yeah. And then especially in these times, right? We just had two major movies that have strengthened our minds in knowledge and I'm talking about Judas and the Black Messiah.
Yep.
And then Billie Holiday versus Billie Holiday.
Yeah.
It highlighted, and not to make us not like white folks even more. No, that's not the case.
Right.
And some of these movies actually showed, which is kind of weird to me. I had to check that out, but like camaraderie and stuff like that in some ways. But then it showed us like, dang, like that was just not too long ago. But even then it was like, just to see that major people who deserved to have a voice and things like that were trying to be silenced by the feds. Now the feds is embarrassed the white folks. I don't have any guilt for you. Like just this whole thing. There's nothing there. I don't have any sympathy, empathy, or none of that for y'all, because this is the time for y'all to start putting y'all. I can't say money where your mouth. I don't know.
No. Wait. Actually, you can. Because white guilt is a commodity in this country. Let's keep it 100, right? There's plenty of people in these spaces cashing in on white guilt. We're not one of those groups, but you can go to patreon.com/the BPD show and support this show, or download the Voices app. If John Brennan, if you're feeling that guilty, then actually put it to good use, right?
A representation of reparations. It's not reparations.
Okay,
get some representation.
It's representation.
Yeah. If you feel really bad about it, which honestly, let's just be real. Like, I don't think he actually, he said it, but cool. But I don't really believe it, because it is the thing to say. It is the cool thing to say. Like, oh, I'm so sorry for the sins of my ancestors. Okay, what you gonna do about it though? Right. You're gonna fight with us for reparations, like Marion Williamson. You're gonna fight for us to end cash bail across this country. You're gonna fight to legalize marijuana and expunge, right, and give clemency to all of our brothers and sisters who are locked up because they were the pioneering entrepreneurs of the drug sale of weed sales. Nah. So if they're not gonna actually line up behind policy that's gonna change people's lives, I appreciate the sentiment. It's really funny. Matter of fact, let's play it again, but it don't mean much unless you're putting something behind it. Let's listen to him one more time before we hit the road.
Well, I must say, to Claire's point, I'm increasingly embarrassed to be a white male these days.
It's not enough.
It's not.
Now I'm just mad that he said it. Look, now we done broke it down all the way. I'm just mad that he even said it.
Because you know that it's there, so you just breaking it down in a minute. It's like, you mother.
That's it. Just be quiet.
Yeah. I mean, we
just be quiet, right?
That's the thing. You go one level lower, go one level deeper than what people are saying, and most of the time it falls apart into a bunch of nothingness that actually is offensive at the end of the day. Because you think about, we've already said, I'm not going to say it again. Let me back off of that. And what else y'all want to talk? I mean, we got plenty of other stories, but I just had to get that one out the way because it really touched my soul this morning.